Again, they go Hirara first pick, but the Freya's ban. Alright, Freya, Marcel, and Atlas ban. Esmeralda, Phovius, Fanny. Belleric gets picked up with Eudora. There you go, for everybody saying Eudora is dog shit. They won with Eudora, by the way. Belleric, Eudora, because the Freya's gone. There you go. They pick Barat straight up. It was already weird for Barats to be in the hands of Sanford game 2, but they picked it in first phase. Belleric, Eudora, and they go Barats. Bro, what for? There's no Paquito, there's no Arlet, and it's not Flex. At least earlier, you know, there was a Flex as well for E7. They pick Hirara, and then they go freaking Barats. And then the Uranus just comes up. Because, like, there's no Flex when you pick a Barats after Hirara. Right? Like, Hirara's picked up, then you pick up the Barats. No Flex into jungle. And it's instantly respected by Uranus. The Uranus is good against Barats, chat. But the thing is, Entity 7, that's why the Barats pick was so good in game 1. After they pick Barats, they flex it to jungle after seeing Uranus. Bro, this is so weird. This is so weird. Toe gets banned out. Really good ban again. You know, I really feel, chat, instead of the Barats, they should have just picked a pick for JP. Something that guarantees the mid-prio like a Cho with the Valentina. Then it guarantees mid-prio. Then at least they have tempo in mid. Or even Uranus. Uranus there would have been better. Moskov and the carry banned out because they have Barats, I guess. Okay. Then they see the Ling and they pick up the Melissa. Was this a Claude game, bro? They pick up the Melissa against the Claude. Yeah. Guys, Claude also counters Melissa, by the way, just saying, right? Not always, because like it's a skill matchup, but the Claude should have an advantage. I just don't like the Melissa against the Belleric, against the Uranus, against the Ling as well. It's not really the best choice, no? But it is like the only pick left because they banned the freaking carry and Moskov themselves. Still, it seems like a lot of these picks are improv, man, from TL. Because even the Hilda, like, what the fuck is the Hilda gonna do? Like, the only thing the Hilda does right now is you invade early, you try to get a purple buff, and then that's it. If you don't get that, then you're just there, no? Like, Yums tried this as well, the Hilda, and it didn't work that well, no? What is this Barat's pick? Barat is good as a counter, not as prio, not as a blind pick. Unless you flex it, then maybe, right? They still get on Shin, they still do good. Like, they can still win if they're just, you know, playing it clean. They get another kill. Sanji gets away. These are very... They get hide on bush. What went wrong? What? Wait, what went wrong here? Yeah, Liquid are doing good in the early game, though. 2,000 gold lead. JP on the Hilda. Oh my god, Sanji. Alright, he gets away, but goddamn, that was weird. Like, 2 games in a row, he just walks up, disrespecting E7. Really nice by Carl. He's dead. Oh. How did they lose this? Sanford. Oh, okay, Sanford missed it. Did hide on bush get it though? Oh my goodness, bro. Sanford chomped him. He spit him the wrong way. But hide on bush didn't retreat. Carl retreat early again, bro. Voss. Bro. Dude, I swear I hate Hilda, man. What is this? Sanji gets a crazy set. What the heck? Ooh. Dude, they get a crazy set, but then that's it. It's like Carl's the only guy who can follow it up. Wait, what happened here? Ow. Oh my god. Bro. They got no damage, my guy. And they keep fighting so far away, bro. When you have a Melissa, you gotta play with your Melissa, man. They're so used to playing without Teddy, bro, I swear. They're so used to playing without Teddy that they don't even, like... Bro, when you have Melissa, though, and you're losing early, it's okay. You still have Melissa. They're going in like this and without their gold lane, of course. Oh my god, not even... Sanji was fucking dead, no? Bro. They're too used to like having 4 horsemen, you know? They're too used to playing with just 4 of them being so much better than their opponents. Hide on Bush gets ganked. They just can't get anything on the map, dude. And they keep on trying to make plays, which is usually good because TL are, when they make plays, they have the right tools to make plays, right? But with the Melissa, they just keep leaving Teddy. At least that's what I think is going to happen here. Because genuinely, even with this draft, they can still win if Teddy just gets peeled every time and Carl walks out. Like, he comes in late. If he comes in late and the team's able to just front to back for Teddy, I genuinely think they can still win this game. But look, they just make plays around without Teddy, their main damage dealer. Teddy keeps on scaling. There you go. They play with Teddy. They bait out Consecration, right? With the Melissa. Melissa tries to clear up top. And then they go in. They try to steal this one. Well played by E7 though. Honestly, this was well played. This wasn't really like TL making the error. This was more E7 forcing them to make the error because they already built slow push up top. Then, yeah. This is the problem with their composition as well, chat. There's nobody who can be sent up top to clear. They don't have a Ling. They don't have an Esme or Uranus. They don't have anyone who's fast enough to clear top. So, when they lose out like this, E7 have the easiest forced error in the world. They just clear up top. Sorry. Again, I think they're so used to playing with Teddy on Claude weak side, bro. Now that he's on strong side and he's the main win condition, they make the call to send Melissa top. At this point, they should have either backed away or Melissa should have stayed here and they will go 5v5. That's the only 2 calls that make sense, bro. Because sending the Melissa top and having this face-off is like completely useless. There's absolutely no way for them to win this 4v5. No chance. Their main win con is Melissa, bro. At this point of the game. Like, look, the Teddy is here and look, they suddenly have damage. It's just so sad because they're just unlucky, man, I guess. Then here as well with Teddy, they are able to defend because the damage is real still for Teddy. Obviously, there's still cycles as well, so when he has muddles, then the damage is real. Boom. Vagwin dies, right? Guys, play front to back. Play pure for Teddy. If you realize your win con this late in the game, if they finally play with Teddy this late in the game, it don't matter. Because E7 have a Claude and Ling and a Uranus. They have 3. 3 of these guys can build slow push up top. TL, none of them can build slow push. Because if they rotate top, they're cooked. They need to 5v5. So literally the only way for TL to win this game is if E7 somehow miss retry and Carl's able to perform a crazy retry steal. Or TL wipe E7 out in their base. Because that's the... in reality, that's the only way and only place they win a 5v5 front to back. Again, look. They send freaking main win con top lane, man. He's not on a Claude. You cannot be the one sending him top. The only 2 ways they do this right is they sacrifice that wave top. They fight 5v5 or they just completely let go of Lord. Because here, they're basically doing the same thing, but they're trying to do both and they don't do both, you know? Because top lane is still slow pushing for E7. That's 1. He just dealt with 1 wave. And then they get Lord. Now, this is just crazy. After this, it's just chopped. Because there's no way for them to win with an 8,000 gold on E7. Because E7 will just wait for Evolve Lord. And I think that's exactly what happened, right? Like, they went straight for Evolve Lord, played around it, and then, look, Lord Dance, Lord Dance, Lord Dance, right? They have all the say as well. What's horrible for TL is they don't have a way to burst Lord either. So, E7 literally hold all the cards. They can reset whenever they want because they have a Uranus, freaking Claude, and Belleric with all the sustain. And then they have side lane control. And TL have no burst for the Lord. So there's literally no way for them to deal with this Lord Dance, bro. Look, Ling goes bot, E7 reset it again, and TL can't do anything. They send someone bot, easy 4v5. Boom. They go up. If they force a fight earlier, Ling's just gonna get a base turret for free. There's not even lockdown, chat, because they pick Barats before the Uranus showed up, or like, yeah, they pick Barats blind without flex potential, bro. Then they go 5v5 again without Teddy, bro. Ay, bro. It's very unlike TL, bro. Very unlike TL. This is so unlike TL, man. Yeah, shop. Then this is Evolve Lord, right? They get Evolve Lord because it reset. Oh my god, everything went. Yo, the timing of these Lords as well, man. Like, right as they lose the team fight, it's Evolve Lord, not just normal Lord. Yeah, I know a lot of people are memeing this shit, but at this point, chat, there was actually, I don't know. Maybe there still would have been a chance if they played with Teddy instead of jumping like this. But I see why they did this as well, right? Like, they needed something to work. They needed to go for a pickoff, maybe then recall in 4v5. But worst case scenario happened. They didn't get anyone and Carl died. But look at Teddy's damage here. Legit, he was doing crazy damage. They could have defended still, I feel. They didn't need to do that. I think they're still, again, too used to making plays without Teddy, man. Because Teddy was still doing damage. He was still doing okay. They get the claw down. I don't know. Yeah. Either way, though, it was already cooked. They needed to find something, so I see it.
Looking at TL player cams, Therese literally no comms.
Yeah, Kaiju, maybe they no comms. So sad to see Liquid lose like this, bro. I was right next to her, bro. Unlucky. That's me on the left of the screen.